Robbo, here at the end of the Australia game, a fantastic 3 days for the club. How useful an exercise was that from a Sussex point of view?
I think from a county cricket point of view it's fantastic, isn't it, to see white ball cricket played in front of big crowds, running back the years to the era that I wasn't born in, and big crowds supported county cricket. So it's exciting, and the players get a real buzz from that first morning. We didn't particularly bowl that great, but to hear the roar as the Knicks went through the slips, and unfortunately we dropped one, but it's exciting to get hairs on the back of your neck, wasn't it? And it's, you know, they're a good team, Australia, and we've got to be respectful for them, and they've been outstanding as ambassadors for the game at our ground as well.
And some young players in the Sussex squad for this game, in the Sussex team. Obviously Lewis Hatchett bowled very well, and Callum Jackson making his first class debut. I mean, how important an occasion for those guys?
Yeah, look, obviously Callum's playing because of Ben Brown's injury. He's had a good week, hasn't he? He's played in 2 big 2020 games in front of big crowds and against the Australians. And you know, he's just been left out in the 19s, which he'd be really disappointed at. But what a lovely fill-up and pick-me-up. And he hasn't looked out of place, especially in this match. In this game especially, he's looked really at home and kept really well. And so he batted well as well. Probably a bit unlucky to be given LBW when he was, but he'll take a lot out of this game. We had a few calamities on day one because we had Andy Miller break down at 10:20. So poor Chris Lillard, who was in as just covering the game, got sent home at 10 o'clock and got told at 10:20 he was actually playing, and Jimmy Anion obviously didn't make it as well. So Lids and Hatchie would have probably played anyway, but stepped in, and Hatchie in particular bowled really well. Lids grew into the game, bowled well in the afternoon and bowled well today.
A word for an unfamiliar face in the Sussex lineup, James Taylor, who obviously made a fantastic century. When did you know that James was going to be playing in this game? When were you asked?
And I spoke to Andy Flower, who spoke about would there be a potential of if Notts would release him, and the next thing I knew, I thought I knew that Notts weren't going to allow him to come, but I think Notts I really feel for Notts as well. They're in that one of those positions, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, because they've got their own agenda, haven't they? They were trying to qualify for 2020 and then get a home tie. But they've done the selfless thing and they've released the player to play, which for the good of him and for the good of English cricket. So full marks to Notts, but it was an easy one for us. One, it's doing the right thing, and secondly, we've got a very thin squad at the moment. We've got a lot of injuries, a lot of people playing with niggles as well. So an extra body helped us.
Looking ahead this week, finished the T20 campaign on Wednesday with Kent at home, and then a really important game Friday in the Championship, Derby here. Any early team news this week?
On Wednesday, you know, there's 4,500 pre-sold tickets, so we want to do really well in that game. We know we haven't done as well as we'd liked in the 2020. We want to put out a team that can win. What we also want to do is give opportunities to people to take key moments of the game. So Lewis Hatchett at Kent bowled the last over, bowled in the first 6. You know, first of all, he's a paid bowler, that's his job, but secondly, he's going to learn by doing those moments. He's going to learn more by him doing it than somebody like Scotty. So we've got to use the opportunities for the younger players to learn and to build upon. But it's a game we want to play well in. We would like to finish the campaign, which has been a disappointing one, with a win, and then you move on and you look forward to the visit of Derby on Friday, which we know the biggest danger for that game is we take them lightly. The supporters take them lightly, and we build it up as a must-win game, because nothing's a must-win game. What we must do is do our jobs really well, look after the processes that allow you to play well, and look after all the emotion that'll be around that game.
Thanks, Robbo. Good luck this week.
Okay, thank you.